What's up, guys? It's Lefty here. The brackets are set. The tournament tips off in 24 hours or less, depending on when you're watching this. In this video, I'm going to discuss 5 key tips that I think will help you make more well-informed bets throughout the tournament, hopefully help you win more bets, or at the very least, lose less. And this isn't just for the NCAA tournament. We can't forget about the NIT, the CBIA, and the Basketball Classic. The money won in those tournaments is just as green as the NCAA tournament. So let's get right into it. Before I do, I should probably mention these tips here are more for the recreational bettor that may not have a solid game selection process or didn't bet seriously throughout the regular season. If you're someone that's running models and simulations and projections and have a proven system for betting college basketball, this video probably isn't for you. But with that said, let's get right into the first tip. And this one, we saw a great example of it in the play-in game for both 16 seeds Southeast Missouri State and then Texas A&M Corpus Christi, and it's foul shooting. I always want my teams to be good from the free throw line, either from betting them or just picking them to advance in my bracket. 16 seeds Southeast Missouri State, they had a higher field goal percentage. They outshot the team from three-point land. They won the turnover battle in their play-in game, but like most of these games in March Madness, the game was decided at the free throw line, and Texas A&M Corpus Christi shot only 45% from the line and lost by 4 points. They were probably the better, more talented team, but they lost because they just couldn't hit free throws late in the game. And you know what's really crazy about this too is Texas A&M Corpus Christi came into the game as the second best free throw shooting team in the country at 80%. But we see it every year, games coming down to who can hit their free throws in crunch time. These do-or-die tournament formats where it's lose and go home. The team losing late is desperate. They're not going to give up. They fight and extend games, and they do this by fouling. The top free throw shooting teams in the college basketball average between 76% and 80% from the line. Anything above 75% is considered a solid free throw shooting team. The low 70% range or below 70% are teams that struggle from the line. Team free throw shooting percentages are easy to look up. On the screen here are just some tournament teams that are good free throw shooting teams and some bad free throw shooting teams. I sometimes use this metric, free throw shooting, as like a tiebreaker. If I'm stumped on a game in my bracket, I'll just select the better free throw shooting team. And taking it like a step further, you probably want teams with good free throw shooting guards because they'll most likely be the ones with the ball or at the free throw line with the game on the line. And this actually leads to my next tip. And it's just solid guard play in general. Guards have the ball most of the time. The point guard specifically, is like the quarterback of the team. Ideally, I like teams with experienced guard play, juniors or seniors, who can handle pressure in, high leverage situations late in games, who don't panic and turn the ball over. On the screen are some of the best senior point guards in the country. I have them broken down by type of guard. All these charts you see on the screen, they're posted in the Betting Network Discord community. The invite link to join is in the description of this video if you want to check them out in more detail. I have a bunch of betting educational content in the Discord as well, lessons on various topics, betting tools. We got roughly like 600 members in there, all working together, sharing information with the common goal to win more bets. And for anyone who's seen my TikToks and the historical data I post in all sports, those can all be found inside the Discord as well. I have a Google Doc link where members can access and make a copy of all the different historical data. But moving right along, another factor I like to look for in a team during the tournament is experience, and not just with players, but coaches as well. It's rare to find teams with like a starting lineup filled with upperclassmen because, talent doesn't stay around too long in college basketball. But coaching experience really shows itself in the tournament every year. Only one, I believe, first-year head coach has made it to the Final Four in the last 25 years. I have some coaching numbers for every team in the tournament posted in the Betting Network as well. Now, the next tip I think can help is just being aware of where each game location is in the different regions. Now, all the tournament games are technically neutral site games with no home team, but there are times when a team can definitely have a home court advantage by geographical location. The number 9 seed Auburn is basically going to be playing a home game in their backyard versus the 8 seed Iowa. The selection committee usually tries to give the better seeded team less travel, but it's a tough task. And you'll see that, some teams have significant travel advantages over other teams. St. Mary's is playing in the West region, but the game location is in Albany, New York. St. Mary's is the better seeded team, and their reward is they get to travel across the country and play an East Coast team. These might not seem like significant things, and maybe they won't matter, but maybe they will. Being aware of these small things can sometimes be the difference maker. After all, it's simple information to find too, but just not everyone uses it. Now, the last tip I want to discuss is not specific to college basketball or March Madness, but just a general betting tip, and it's probably the most important one. If you followed me for any length of time, you've definitely heard me say this before, but line shopping really is probably the most or the best advice I could give any sports bettor to help them lose less long term. It's something anyone can do, even if you live in a state where sports betting hasn't gone live yet. You have so many offshore sportsbook options, and with so many sportsbook options these days, there's no reason why you should just be betting with one single sportsbook. If you are, you're at that book's mercy of what they have for a spread, line, or price. When you should be looking for the best available line across multiple books. How many times have you lost a game by a half point or 1 point? That's going to happen regardless, but some of those losses could easily be ties or even wins if you're getting the best possible line. Not saying you need to have 10 different sportsbook accounts all funded with thousands of dollars, but you want to give yourself options when you go to place a bet, compare lines, and bet at the book that has the best line available. It will 100% make a difference long term. I think I'm going to stop here. Hopefully some of you found this information helpful. I appreciate you guys for watching. If you could give this video a thumbs up, a like, comment, whatever. Until next time, good luck with your bets.